A cold breeze drifted through the long marble hallway of Crestfall Academy, one of the most prestigious training centers for self-defense and martial discipline in the entire state. Students walked with stiff posture and sharp confidence, wearing uniforms marked with the Academy's emblem. Their laughter and chatter echoed faintly, blending with the rhythmic thuds coming from the main training hall where the advanced class was in session. Near the end of the hallway, a man in a navy blue janitor shirt quietly pushed a cleaning cart. His name was Marcus Hale. To most people here, Marcus was invisible. Just another worker wiping floors and emptying trash cans. He didn't argue, didn't interrupt, didn't try to be more than what people assumed he was. Crestfall Academy attracted wealthy families, corporate professionals, and rising martial artists. Someone like Marcus didn't fit into their world. But what nobody knew, not even the teachers, was that Marcus had once lived a very different life. Inside the main hall, Master Roland Kessler was finishing his demonstration. A tall, lean man in his late 40s, with sharp cheekbones and a black belt wrapped tightly around his waist. Roland was admired by every student. His techniques were flawless, his presence intense. People loved him, feared him, worshipped him all at once. As the class paused for a break, one of the students, a loudmouthed young man named Brent Lawson, tossed his gloves onto the floor and scoffed. "This place needs more advanced opponents," Brent said loudly. "Everyone here is too easy. I wish we had someone actually challenging to spar with." Several students chuckled. Some nodded. Roland smiled with an eyebrow raised. "Strength isn't about seeking bigger opponents," Roland said coolly. "It's about discipline and control." Brent shrugged, ignoring the wisdom. "Still, I want a real fight." Roland glanced around the room, and his eyes fell on Marcus pushing his cart across the back wall. A smirk stretched across his face. "Hey!" Roland called out loudly, pointing. "You there, cleaning guy." The room fell silent. Marcus slowly lifted his head. Roland continued, "How about you put that mop down and give Brent here the challenge he wants?" The students broke into laughter. Marcus stared at Roland without emotion. "I'm just doing my job, sir." Roland stepped forward, hands behind his back. "Exactly. A little break won't hurt. Come on, it'll be fun." Brent laughed. "Yeah, come on, man. Let's see what you've got." Students circled around, waiting for entertainment. To them, this was a joke, something to make their day more exciting. Marcus said nothing for several seconds. Then quietly, he placed the mop against the wall. "Just a friendly spar," Roland said with a mocking tone. "No hard feelings." Marcus stepped forward with slow, controlled movements. Brent strutted confidently into the center of the mat, shadowboxing to show off. "This is going to be quick." Roland clapped once. "Begin." Brent rushed forward with a wide grin. It took Marcus exactly 2 seconds to move. Brent threw the first punch. Marcus wasn't there anymore. The janitor's body slipped sideways with fluid precision, and before Brent realized what happened, Marcus tapped his wrist with 2 fingers, and Brent's hand went numb, dropping instantly. The students gasped. Before Brent could recover, Marcus spun lightly, touched the back of Brent's knee, and the young man collapsed onto the mat with a shocked cry. Marcus didn't punch him, didn't kick him, didn't hurt him. He simply took his balance, control, and confidence away in the span of a heartbeat. Brent sat frozen, staring upward, humiliated. The room went silent. Roland's smile vanished. Marcus stepped back politely. "Respectfully, sir, I have to get back to work." He turned, picked up the mop, and resumed cleaning as if nothing had happened. Brent's friends whispered among themselves, "Who is he? How did he do that? Did you see how fast he moved?" Roland's jaw tightened. He walked out of the room without a word. For the next few days, Crestfall Academy buzzed with rumors. Students peeked at Marcus when he passed by. Some tried to talk to him, but Marcus always gave short, polite answers and continued his work. One afternoon, a young girl named Lily approached him timidly. "Sir, how did you move like that? My brother trains here and he said you did something impossible." Marcus gave a faint smile. "It wasn't impossible. It was just practice." She asked, "Did you used to train?" Marcus hesitated. "A long time ago. But the secret he kept was much bigger than that." Late at night, when the academy was empty, Marcus often stayed behind to clean the training mats. And sometimes, only when he felt completely alone, He practiced a series of smooth, ancient movements. They were unlike anything taught at Crestfall. They flowed like water, subtle and silent, yet powerful. Movements from an art long forgotten by most fighters. Movements Marcus had mastered years before the world turned its back on him. One evening, Master Roland walked in to grab something from his office and froze. Marcus didn't see him, but Roland saw everything. He watched Marcus glide across the floor in a low stance, shifting his weight so gently that even the air seemed unmoved. His hands flowed like wind around stone pillars, his eyes sharp and calm. Roland's expression twisted, first confusion, then realization, then something darker. Marcus wasn't a janitor pretending to know martial arts. Marcus was a master, possibly better than Roland. By morning, the entire academy was divided. Some students admired Marcus. Others mocked him. Some wanted to learn from him. Others protested that a janitor had no place teaching anything. And Roland? Roland's pride was slowly being eaten alive. During the next advanced class, Roland called the students together. As you all know, Roland began, anyone who displays martial ability should be able to prove it under the correct rules. Therefore, I'd like to formally invite our janitor friend to an official demonstration in front of the academy. Whispers spread fast. Marcus looked up from mopping. I don't want any trouble, sir. Roland's voice sharpened. It's not trouble. It's clarity. Students clapped, expecting entertainment again. Marcus sighed softly. He knew he couldn't avoid this forever. Fine, he said. If it helps everyone move on. The demonstration was scheduled for Friday evening. Word spread like wildfire. Guests, parents, younger students, everyone wanted to see the showdown. Many came to laugh. Many came to watch Roland teach a lesson. Only a few came hoping Marcus would win. When the evening arrived, the hall was packed. Marcus entered quietly, still wearing his janitor uniform. Roland stepped into the center wearing a crisp new black belt, his face smoldering with pride. Begin whenever you're ready, he said. Marcus simply nodded. Roland attacked first. Fast and powerful, but Marcus's body moved like whispered smoke. Every strike Roland threw hit only empty air. Every kick missed by inches. Students watched in stunned silence as Marcus deflected, redirected and evaded without striking back even once. Roland grew angrier, hitting harder, louder, faster. Marcus finally whispered, "Control your emotions. Don't tell me what to do." Roland roared, throwing a full-force punch aimed at Marcus's jaw. Marcus stepped inside the punch, tapped Roland's shoulder, and the master's entire arm went limp. Gasps filled the hall. Roland staggered back, humiliated. But Marcus didn't attack. He simply said, "I don't want to hurt you." Roland charged again, desperate and furious. Marcus closed his eyes for a brief second, and then everything changed. He moved with a speed the students had never seen. A smooth turn, a soft pivot, a single sweep of his arm. And Roland hit the mat flat on his back, breath knocked out of him. The room erupted into chaos, shocked cries, confused whispers, admiration, and disbelief all mixed into one storm of noise. Marcus bowed respectfully. Roland couldn't stand up. His pride was shattered. For a long moment, nobody spoke. Then Lily's soft voice broke the silence. "Sir, who are you really?" Marcus finally exhaled. "I used to teach," he said quietly. "A long time ago, before I lost my family, before I gave everything up." The hall went silent again. Marcus continued, voice heavy. "I didn't come here to show off. I just needed work. I didn't want attention. I only wanted peace." A few students stepped forward. "Can you teach us?" "Please, sir." Marcus looked at their hopeful faces, and his eyes softened. "If the academy allows it," he said gently, "I will teach anyone who wishes to learn, not to fight, but to understand themselves." To everyone's surprise, Roland slowly stood, wincing in pain. He bowed to Marcus. A full, deep, respectful bow. "I let pride blind me," Roland said. "Will you teach me too?" The hall buzzed with shock. Marcus placed a hand on Roland's shoulder. "Of course." From that day onward, Crestfall Academy changed forever. Students learned not just punches and kicks, but humility, balance, and peace. And Marcus, once invisible, became the heart of the academy. He still cleaned the hall every night, not because he had to, but because he wanted to remember where true strength begins, with simplicity, patience, and humility. And the world outside Crestfall Academy never realized that the greatest martial artist in the city was the quiet janitor who swept floors after sunset and taught people how to find the strength they didn't know they had.